The first thing I would say is this is really a brilliant conference, and Morocco is to be saluted for putting this on and establishing this here in Marrakesh after the Paris Agreement so fantastically well. So I'm really, really impressed with what I've seen. Britain is a great innovator, and we are at the forefront of green technology, but Morocco is doing a fantastic job at implementing a lot of the green solutions on which we're going to be relying in the decades ahead. Solar power in particular is incredibly impressive here, and it's absolutely right that the implementation of the Paris process is being showcased right here in Marrakesh. Britain is one of the foremost green innovators and producers of technology. We have 90,000 businesses of all sizes in this. It's worth £46 billion, so we are pretty much in pole position. But clearly we don't do this in isolation, and it's vitally important that we have partners in this great endeavour with other countries. This is a truly global phenomenon, and I'm thinking particularly of things like green finance, which are vitally important in order to turn good ideas into practical realities that affect people's day-to-day lives. And that, at the end of the day, is what really matters. It really boils down to what people in our countries will notice in terms of their delivery of their fuel solutions, water in places where there is very little of it. Sunshine, of course, is plentiful in Morocco. We have rather less of it, sadly, in the UK, but we do solar energy in the UK too, as we've heard from presentations earlier today. So we have this commonality of our need to generate power going forward that is sustainable and not reliant so heavily on fossil fuels. When natural resources were being dished out, sadly, Morocco was, like Britain, forgotten about to an extent. Our reserves are difficult to exploit, unlike our neighbours. But what you have here in Morocco is an abundance of solar energy. And I think Morocco is seizing victory from a disadvantage in exploiting what it does have. And in the long term, I am convinced that's going to play very, very much to its advantage.
Well, we have a team of a ministerial team here who are conducting the British role in the negotiations on the ultimate agreement that will come out of Marrakesh, and we also have a stand in the green zone of the venue. Green is great, you can see it behind me, which is showcasing British green technologies and the work that British companies are doing to make the world, to help the world tackle climate change and reduce emissions and give us a low carbon future. We're very proud in the UK to be one of the least intensive carbon economies of the developed world, and some of the companies who are with us over this 2-week period are some of our best innovators in creating the technologies that we will need, that our children and grandchildren will need for a successful and low carbon future.